This is reading lesson number 52. This video is for you if you struggle with reading. I'm April McMurtry, a professional reading specialist, dyslexia specialist, and the developer of the Learn Reading program, and I'm teaching you to read through 100 videos. It's important that you start with lesson 1. That video is linked for you in the description below. The first 10 lessons are taken from my Begin Reading packet. The next 80 lessons are taken from my Learn Reading program, and lessons 91 through 100 are taken from my adult reading class. And you can join that live adult reading class if you want. I would love to have you in that class. There I can help you more personally. And that link is next to the number 3 in the description. If you do not purchase the worksheets to follow along with me, that's okay. You can follow along with me right here for free, but you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil to copy the words down. If you would like a tutor, I can recommend several, and those recommendations are in my description as well. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here's where we left off in lesson 51. These last 4 words were your homework. I'll pronounce those for you. This word is pouted. That OU sound is what we were working on, and it says ow. Ow. Your mouth starts as an ah, and then it goes to the O. Ow. So this word is pouted. Mouths. Mouths. That THS is a little bit of a mouthful, a tongue twister. This is shouted, shouted, and outcast, outcast. Okay, here we are on lesson 52. Our sight word is thought. Thought, like I thought I knew that. Here are your sight words to practice. Your new grapheme is Y, and Y has several different sounds. In this lesson, it's going to be making the long I sound. So it's important to know when Y is a consonant and when it is a vowel. A consonant is any letter that is not a vowel. And the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and Y when Y is not the first letter of a word or a syllable. So Y is a consonant only if it's the first letter of a word, which doesn't happen very often. Usually Y is somewhere else in the word. So usually Y is a vowel. If it's anywhere else in the word but the first letter, then it's a vowel. In this lesson, the Y is going to say I, and that happens when Y is at the end of small, tiny words. 1-syllable words. If it ends with a Y, you can count on that Y saying I, such as by, my, shy, try, fly, fry. Any 1-syllable word that ends with an Y, that Y is going to say I. So on this page, I want you to say the I sound when you come to the Y grapheme and practice all of the sounds of these graphemes on this page. Here is your phonemic awareness warm-up page. Make sure you break apart every single sound, and every dot corresponds to a sound in that word or picture. There's going to be an I sound in all of those. And then here are your new words to practice. You'll notice that this is not a 1-syllable word. There are some multi-syllable words where Y says I at the end, such as notify or multiply or defy. But that Y sound is less common than the long E sound at the end of multi-syllable words. So let me say that a little better. Y at the end of multi-syllable words or longer words will usually say E. Y at the end of longer words will usually say E. Sometimes it'll say I, but usually it'll say E. In this lesson, since we're focusing on the long I sound of Y, we're going to have some of those examples in here. Okay, so when we come to that vowel, because it's not the first letter, so it's considered a vowel, I'm going to put the long I symbol over it. And then I'll say the sounds and blend the word. K, r, I, cry, cry. Remember, C always makes this hard sound, k, unless that very next letter is an E, I, or Y. There's a Y there, but it has to be the very next letter to change the sound of that C. All right, I'll be quiet while you do these on your own. We know the Y at the end of 1-syllable words is going to say I, so the sounds are sh, I. Pushed together, those sounds are shy, shy. Excellent. I noticed that this one doesn't have a Y in it. That's interesting. Let's blend it anyway. So we know that this I is going to make its long sound and say I because of the tap 2 rule. One of the next 2 letters is another vowel, so that vowel is going to say its name and say I. So the sounds are ooh, I, f. E's at the end of longer words are usually silent. So we're not going to blend that sound because there is no sound. So the sounds are ooh, I, f, blended together, life, life. Beautiful. All right, I'll be quiet while you work on this one. Okay, I think I know what question you have. You were wondering why that I makes the I sound instead of the long I sound because of the tap 2 rule. Am I right? Well, let's talk about the O first and then I'll explain it. So the O does make its long sound because one of the next 2 letters is another vowel, the tap 2 rule. So the O is going to say O. Now, I's in the middle syllable say I. They're rule breakers. So if there is a full syllable on either side of that I, so it has to be at least a 3-syllable word, then that I will make the short sound and say I. So not just letters, full syllables. A syllable, you can tell a word is a 3-syllable word if there are 3 vowels that don't touch. So if you can break apart 2 syllables and still have a syllable in the middle with an I in it, that I is going to say I. And the Y at the end of this word is going to make the long I sound because that's the sound that we're working on in this lesson. So the sounds are N, O, T, I, F, I. Pushed together, it's notify, notify, notify. Beautiful. Okay, here are your extra practice words to practice for homework. These last 4, I'll come back next time and read those for you. Here are your vocabulary words to discover the meaning of. Here are your word card pages to practice fluency. Here are your sentences to practice the words in context. And here is your story, the motel rules. You are doing a fantastic job. Keep it up. I'm so proud of you. I'll see you in the next lesson.